Hey VC, what's up? Coming back at you on a Tuesday because I do have some music I'd like to share and some recommendations. Just keeping the spirit flowing, absolutely. And I'm, glad to hear from folks already on my last video. Absolutely right, Jeff, that, the idea of comparing drummers like Phil and John is ridiculous. It's like, it's not a matter of comparison, I kind of said that because it's obvious that it gets up my snout how, the actual technical skill of Phil is not recognized by some people. That's where that was coming from. But it's ridiculous to be comparing. Anyway, I have been relaxing this morning. It turns out that I can't get any information from the record pressing plant because they're on vacation all week for the holidays, and why should I be surprised? It's a mom and pop operation down in Kentucky. I checked them out, and they have a bit of a rep, so I'm just going to be patient and just work with them, But I've been listening to some tunes and cooking. I'm not cooking for Thanksgiving. I'll be sharing a Thanksgiving meal tomorrow night with Gary Foster. He's going to be spending the actual day with his dad this year. We usually spend it together, but we'll do it anyway. I'm making some black eyed peas, yeah. But I wanted to share some Henry Threadgill. I've talked about him before, a long time ago. Some of you folks may remember the video. Glowing Double O Cabbage. I saw a comment from you. Hey man, I know you're about to become a dad, or you're a dad. Is the baby? Well, I'm sure we'll hear when you all have your child. But you know about Henry Threadgill, and I want to play. I have some Threadgill vinyl, but the track that I'm thinking of is off of this one. Too Much Sugar for a Dime. Henry Threadgill. He's got quite a reputation, quite the background. Look him up. But I want to play the first track off this because it's dope. Check it out. That's funky as a motherfucker. I'm gonna let it go because they get into the head here in a minute. Oh, yes. Once again, it's like, there it is. It's happening right now. You hear these musicians on the one. This music is dope. Henry Threadgill. Whew. Damn. I wanted to play something else for you. I'm going to go ahead and just let this go for a while because it's just so fucking good. But I told... listened to some more things here, and I wanted to share them. I'm going to turn this down so I can kind of get ready to move on. Woo. Damn, that's good. Henry Threadgill. Okay, so I had shown the Bobby Bradford with John Stevens and the Spontaneous Music Ensemble, and Julie Tippett is on here. Dave's latest video where he got some freebies, man, free records, and your friend got Overy Lodge on Ogun. Wow, awesome. Back to this particular record here. This is a bit of a mess. You know, I'm keeping this, obviously. It's you know, on a collectible label, there are moments. It's not until side 2 that a little bit of something starts to come together. It's like they're pushing, and it's not quite coming together. You know, it's not gelling, for the most part. Bradford, Trevor Watts, Bob Norton on trumpet, Julie Tippett on voice, Ron Herman bass, and John Stevens. So it's like, when we get to side 2, a bit of Room 408 and Tolerance to Bob. But the first side is like, you just wait, I'm just waiting for it to come together. You know, we have good players, but it's not coming together. So, you know, it has a lot to do with why I would pull it and put it back, because, you know, it reminds me of my first impression, which was, you know, they got the money together to do the session, but the session, you know, maybe there's some other tracks on a different record from the session that came together. This one didn't happen. I listened to one of the Quartet with Steve Reed. I have both of these. Magic. Fantastic. Steve Reed was a jazz drummer who came up under John Coltrane's tutelage. You know, played at John Coltrane's house quite a bit as a teen, growing, learning. On this album here, what Steve Reed is doing with Karen is pulse drumming and responding. It's fantastic because, as you know, Quartet is an electronic musician who does a lot of sampling, turntabling, manipulation of sound, and the results are surprisingly organic because of the choices of Quartet's sound sources. You know, vibraphones and this is really excellent. This was I hear you, Andrea, you were saying that you never even saw these. They're on Domino. Yeah, that's a label that has distribution anyway. So that's the Henry Threadgill. Something else that I pulled, because I couldn't remember what it was like. Heliocentric, and I didn't look this up, but it's like a small label, Discovery Records, 1979, out of Los Angeles. I don't know any of these names, but when I put it on, it was like really spirited playing. So let me just play a little bit of Heliocentric. Here's the label. It's like one of those small label type of deals. But it sounded pretty good. You can tell that it's cheaply recorded, though. They didn't have much of a budget for recording. That is obvious to my ears, engineering-wise. Okay, let me turn this up and start it again. This is nice. Put the loudness on for this. Folkish kind of lilt. Really nice playing. As you can hear, it was recorded probably live in a room. You can hear the ambience of the room itself. Which I suppose in a way gives it a charm. But obviously this was made with a minimal budget, which I can relate to. Heliocentric. This is one that I wouldn't be surprised if you could come across like at half-price books. You know what I mean? Like it's a small label, but it's like one of those kind of things where this is the kind of thing where over the years it's like I look at it and it's like if it's cheap enough, this is to me is an obvious interest visually right away. And then the name of the project, Heliocentric. Okay, interesting. It's like okay, turn it around and take a look at stuff and look at the information, and it confirms this is probably, you know, this is probably some good music, you know, or it's probably good musicians trying to make good music. So that's one of the ways that I'll measure whether or not I take a chance on something. I popped a little bit of this on. This is spiritual music of the highest. Full Moon by G.S. Sachdev, or Sachdev. And what we have here is this bamboo flute? He's playing the bamboo flute backed up with the tanpura. And it's just like what you see. It's not cheesy at all. This is meditation. This is real. This is dope. It's on the Fortuna label out of German pressing. Yeah, it has American distribution, but this is a German pressing. This is, again, it's like good food. You know, if maybe if someone wanted to have something to calm you down, or maybe put you into a meditative state, this is the type of music I would recommend. It's very minimal, very trance-like, very beautiful, very soulful. I listened to this again, but it's like I want to make a pulse emitter. If you're still watching, Daryl, it's like I haven't thought to send you an email letting you know I got this, but I will do. I like this. I like your side the best, seriously. But I want to do for you, because I said I would, just a video review coming up soon. But this is, I listened to this again, but I'm listening some more. Okay. Here are some records that I pulled to play, and I want to show one that I have played that is not related to spiritual jazz at all. It's more post-rock or rock, or not post-rock. This is post-punk, I would say. It's an Ohio band, Necropolis. It's something I took a chance on. The Hackled Rough and Shoulder Mane by Necropolis. And this came out a while back. I looked them up, and they did a reunion at some time not too many years ago. But what I want to say about this is I really like this. It's quirky, interesting. As a group, they're not the greatest musicians, but some of them are. And there's a freshness of ideas about this. This is kind of a, when I listened to it, what did it make me think of? It's, again, the heliocentric sounds so good that's the other thing. It's like sometimes once I start doing the needle drop, depending on what I play, it's like, this is really feeling good. I don't want to take this off. This would be such a switch of moods. But I played this recently, and Grecian Thunder, I just heard from you. You're originally from Ohio, right? Do you know Necropolis or about these guys? This is good. I like it. It's kind of I mean, there's several different things going on. It's not just straight ahead rock songs, which I love. I love hearing people's ideas. I pulled this to play. Eberhard Schoner, Video Magic. This is the only vinyl I have by him. Dave just showed one of his albums, which I'd love to get. Sting is on this, and my memory of this is that I didn't really like this too much, but I keep it, you know, so I'm going to check it out again. Came across this. This is a record that Chris Cole, John Coltrane 68 gave to me, that it's time to get back into this. Michihiro Sato with John Zorn, Ganryu Island. I had kind of filed this before really diving into this, so it's time. And I really appreciate this, Chris, in finding this for me. Yeah, this is one on the playlist. I dropped the needle on this, and I'm going to come back to this. This is something I took a chance on, and boy, was I rewarded. Still don't know much about the guy. There's information on the back which I've read, but didn't read in depth. So Barry Schrader, electroacoustic music by Barry Schrader, Lost Atlantis. This is fantastic. Again, this is not light. This is kind of interestingly dark. And he does not remind me of anyone, which I love. The sound of his electronics does not sound like he's trying to do a Klaus Schultz or a Vangelis or anybody. This is cool. This is a label I don't know anything about. Laurel Records. Really good. Really good. As I said before, my collection, I know what I have and I don't know what I have, and so when I get to looking, it's like there's just all this kind of like almost like lost treasure or stuff that it's like, whoa, okay, let's get back to this. With that in mind, is like Rova. Oh man, Long on Logic, doing compositions by Fred Frith, Henry Kaiser, and Rova. Time to get back to this. It's like, you know, you have so many records that you forget, or maybe I should say I'm sure that happens with some of you folks. This is on the Sound Aspects label out of Germany, and this is just some fantastic music. Urban Sax was brought up by Big Star 1000, and I don't have any Urban Sax vinyl. Gilbert Artman is quite the cat. This is not Urban Sax, but it's a similar thing. It's a smaller group though, where it's all saxophones. This is an amazing label, Sound Aspects. So this is one to pop anew. Now, completely off of the jazz, spiritual, electronic tip, here's a record that I pulled because it's like I was reading about it and it's like, okay, I have it, I don't remember what it sounds like. It's a rock album that I need to give it a listen. Kitsch by Heavy Metal Kids. And I have this because I got it cheaply. I remember the other Heavy Metal Kids record on Atco. This is on Rack, UK pressing. Honestly, when I bought it, my first impression was, you know, I could probably live without this, but it's time to give it a critical listen. It has the original inner sleeve. And are there any names in this band? Well, Gary Holton on lead vocals rings a bell. Yeah, the names all seem vaguely familiar to me. Heavy Metal Kids. Here's the label, Rack. So I figured it's here's one to pull to reintroduce myself to. Once again, as I hope you're hearing in the background, even if this isn't your cup of tea, this is really well done music. It has a nice spirit to it. That's the thing that I notice about. It's got the house feeling really nice, where this music is coming from and how they're playing it. They're playing it well. Only slightly taking away from it is the shallowness of the production. But again, thank goodness they got to make this record at all, huh? Okay. This is Sitting Out. Viva Los Angeles 2. Someone had uploaded some songs from this. This is not vinyl. This is a CD compilation of SciComm is on here. The band that Perry Farrell was in before Jane's Addiction. And some other really cool stuff is on here, actually. Just thought I'd show it since it's sitting down here in my stack. But yeah, SciComm is on here. Drowning Pool, 17 Pygmies, Community FK. I believe Roz Williams was in that band, originally from Christian Death. Trotsky Ice Pick, Four-Way Cross, Savage Republic, Red Temple Spirits. Yeah, this is really something, actually. It's a whole booklet, this in here, actually. Oh yeah, I can pull it. Yeah, this was pretty cool when I found it. I've had this for years. For Against, yeah, because it's like it's talking about the different stuff, and Savage Republic ran Independent Project Records, the label that released For Against, and there you see For Against, among others. Woo! Anybody know that album? Neat. Shiva Burlesque. Very cool. I was thinking possibly that my band got a name check in here, but I don't think we did. Anyway, love sharing music with you folks. Talk to you in a minute.